Hey guys, my name's Jordan and welcome back to my gaming channel named It's Game Productions, and today I'm back with another episode of my much loved series. Well, I think it's much loved, but I could be wrong. And that is my Clips and Tips, the series in which you ask me pretty much any question you can think of imaginable and I will do my best to answer them. So let's get started with the questions. So our first question is from Michael Lacour. I believe I said that correct. It could be something French like Lacour, but I'm not really sure. I'm just going to say Lacour. I hope that's right. I'm really bad with names, sorry. And he says, I'm building a $1,000 computer. Could you give me a list of recommended hardware? And the answer is yes, I can. If you check in the description below, I have left a PC part picker link, which should have, if you click on it, hopefully, a list of all of the parts that you can use to build a $1,000 computer. So I'll just do a quick run through of the parts. You've got an Intel Core i5-4670K, which is a very good quad-core processor, very, very fast. You've got an ASRock Fatality Z87 Killer motherboard, that's a full ATX motherboard. 8 gigs of Crucial Ballistic Sport XT memory at DDR3, 1600 MHz. A 1TB Seagate Barracuda drive. I always swear by Seagate drives. I've never had one fail on me. A PNY GeForce GTX 760 graphics card, which is an incredibly fast graphics card for the price. It's $240 and it just blows everything else out the water at the price range pretty much. A BitPhoenix Comrade ATX tower case, which is a very nice looking case, very quiet as well. An Antec Earthwatts green 650 watt 80 plus bronze power supply, so it's pretty good for the environment, doesn't waste too much electricity, which is always good. And a copy of Windows 8, and that comes to a total of $933, which does give you a bit of extra spending money should you decide that you need to get yourself a monitor or a disk drive or a wireless card or something like that. But anyway, yeah, if you check in the link below, there will be in the description below, there will be a link to PC Part Picker where you can order all those parts from and such. So the next question is from Cyborg Flamingos, and he says, what are you studying for your A-levels? And I have an XFX Radeon 7850, how can I enable Mantle? Right, for my A-levels I'm studying ICT, Physics and Design, product design that is, and yeah, they're pretty good subjects. Hopefully I get the grades to go to university, which shouldn't be too difficult, but you never know, I could still completely cock up and do absolutely terrible. I mean, it's always a possibility, but hopefully that doesn't happen. And with your regards to your question about the XFX Radeon 7850, to enable Mantle you need to download your latest AMD beta driver, which I believe is 14.1 or 14.2 if I remember correctly. And once you've downloaded that, you can enable it in certain games which support Mantle, which currently on release is only Battlefield 4 at the moment. And you do that by going to your video settings, and then there should be an option for your API choice. And it should say Direct 3D 11, and if you click the little arrow on that, it should scroll across to Mantle. So that is how you enable Mantle in Battlefield 4, and then other games may vary, but I assume it's probably the same thing, but just make sure you have the latest AMD beta driver to be able to do that, and it also gives you the best performance, to be fair. The next question is from Skylix09. He says, is this a good processor? An AMD A6 6400 APU with Radeon graphics, and what graphics card shall I get with it? Thanks. Now, if you're planning on buying a discrete graphics card, I would not recommend you go out and buy yourself an APU, because for the price of that APU, you could get yourself something like an FX 4300 or an FX 6100, maybe at a stretch, and the motherboard for that, which would be a socket FM3 Plus motherboard, if I remember correctly. I could be, yeah, it is FM3 Plus. I was just doing it off the top of my head there. And you have a much stronger processor, and then you can get yourself a dedicated graphics card, maybe something like an R9 270 or a GTX 760 or 750 Ti or something around that sort of range would do you very, very nicely. The next question is from Michael Hughes, and he says, I need a laptop for playing games like Battlefield 4 and Minecraft from $500 to $630. Thanks in advance. Now, unfortunately, there isn't something I can find for under $630. The closest I've found to your price range is $680, and that is an Acer V5552PG-X809 notebook. And because that's a ridiculously long name and I don't expect you to start typing it out, I am going to leave another link in the description to that for you so you can have a look. And that is an AMD A series. It's got an A10 5757M, which is a 2.5 gigahertz processor, 8 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, but it also has Radeon 8750 graphics with 2 gigs of video RAM, which should in theory be able to run Battlefield 4 on a mixture of low and medium settings at above 30 FPS, and Minecraft fully, like super far render distance and everything like that. You will be fine to do that. It also comes with a 10-point multi-touch touchscreen on it and other such things, and it's actually a very thin notebook. So it's going to be a pretty good notebook. Unfortunately, for the price range you're looking at, you're not going to be able to buy a laptop that is going to run Battlefield 4 on Ultra, unfortunately. So yes, the next question is from Talantica, and he says CS is always good. It's not really a question, it's more of a statement. I don't know why I said question. It's probably a bit of a mistake on my part, but yes, he was referring to the fact that I was asking if you guys would be interested in seeing a little bit of Counter-Strike on the channel, and I am going to be doing that. Unfortunately, for the first game in our tournament, we were actually meant to play this Monday just gone, but for some reason the team we were supposed to be playing just didn't turn up. There was a bit of a problem with the servers, and I've messaged the team we were supposed to be playing and they just haven't got back to us. So it appears that we don't know what's going to happen there. The team we're supposed to be playing just doesn't reply to any of our messages, so we're not really sure what we're going to happen, really. So yeah, I'll just see. Hopefully we do get a game next week and they actually turn up, the team we're supposed to play. Obviously got scared off by my team of amazing people. The next question is from The Cool Zombie Boy. And he says, what should I get, AMD or Intel? Now that is a question that people have been debating for absolutely ages, and there is no definitive answer, unfortunately. It depends on how much money you have to spend. If you're looking at the ultra high performance end sort of thing, you will be looking at getting yourself an Intel processor, because they have much higher performance in like the majority of tasks, unless you're going like super application specific. But for gaming, Intel processors are faster. I mean, there have been certain videos by people such as Tech Syndicate, like comparing processors and such, but if you're going for the ultimate high end, you're better off getting an Intel processor. However, if you're looking at the budget end of the range, so sort of £200 and below, probably £150 and below, I would probably recommend you go for AMD. I mean, the 8350, the FX 8350 is an incredible processor for the price. It just is so fast at things like video rendering and such. Not quite as fast as things like the Intel Core i5-4670K in games and such, but it is still very fast processors. So it really depends on the situation that you're looking for as to what processor you should use. But anyway, guys, that is it for the questions. This has been a relatively short episode, actually, 7 minutes and 50 seconds at the moment. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, rate, comment, and all that awesome stuff. Be sure to leave your questions below in the comments, and goodbye.